Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the catenation property. You know that what is catenation property? It is the property of direct bonding between the atoms of the same element. Okay, so you can see that carbon compounds, that is carbon compounds in organic chemistry. In that organic chemistry, you might have seen that the lengthiest chains which are made up of carbon atoms. Okay, you cannot see these type of lengthiest chain compounds anywhere else in the chemistry. Okay, usually you would have seen these type of these type of lengthiest and branched lengthiest chains of compounds which are made up of the same element itself, that is especially made up of carbon. Here you can see that it is the one compound, and this compound is purely made up of only this compound is purely made up of only that is the carbon atoms. Okay, the other atoms, you are able to see. Okay, these are the valencies, and these valencies are satisfied by hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and any other atoms. But these are the carbon atoms which are basic to form the lengthiest chain, and this is branched. Even this straight chain is going to form a branched chain. That branched chain is also requiring the carbon atom. Okay, that is the same element. Even the some compounds are characterized. In those compounds are also having the same atoms, that is carbon, that is cyclic compounds. Okay, so if you take carbon and it is going to form the catenation compound, if it is going to form the straight chain, then it requires the carbon atoms. Suppose if it is going to form the branched chain, then also it requires the carbon atoms. If it is going to form the cyclic compounds, for that also it requires the same carbon atoms. So using these carbon atoms, using infinite number of carbon atoms, it can form the largest and lengthiest molecules. So so up to this minute, I have given some points for you in order to give introduction for the catenation. So using these ideas, we are able to frame the definitions and some of the properties of catenation compounds. Okay, first of all, let us come to the definitions. The property, what is catenation? The property of direct bonding between the atoms of the same element to form a chain. It is the typical property of carbon, especially carbon, not only carbon. It is the typical property of carbon to form bonds with itself to give large structures of straight and branched chains. Okay, so large strength, large lengthiest chain and large branched chain. Then some small cyclic and large cyclic compounds are also were synthesized. The carbon chains can be straight or branched, forming large molecules. Okay, this catenation property is not only found in carbon, as I said. This is after carbon. This catenation property is well behaved in the silicon by using the silicon atoms. Okay, silicon also possesses this catenation property after the carbon, but not that much of formation of the compounds which are made by the carbons. Okay, but the number of forming the catenation compounds is comparably lower than carbon. Silicon can form chains up to 7 to 8 atoms only. Okay, but if you take carbon, they will form even 50 and above or 100 and above. Okay, so this property of the this is the typical property of the carbon to form the catenation. But after the carbon, as I said, silicon may form compounds, that is catenation compounds, but by utilizing 7 or 8 of their 8 of the silicon atoms. Okay, whereas the carbon can form very long chains. The compounds of silicon are not stable. Okay, this is one important point. Either we can synthesize or we can have the lower number of carbon atoms or the higher number of carbon atoms to form the catenation compounds. They also they are forming the good, they are showing the good catenation properties. Their stability may be determined by the functional group. Okay, but the catenation compound purely formed by the carbon atoms will be always stable, but this much of stability is not found in the silicon catenation compounds. The compounds of silicon are not stable since they are very reactive, while the other carbon compounds forming the catenation are very stable. Why this large difference between the carbon catenation compounds and the silicon catenation compounds? The reason is the bond length between silicon and silicon. Okay, that is if 7 and 8 number of silicon atoms are coming together and forms a chain, and forming a chain that is lengthiest chain, that is 8 membered chain, that silicon bond length. Okay, the silicon bond length is, since the size of the silicon atom is very larger than carbon, therefore the covalent radius is also between the that is the bond length between these two silicon atoms are found very high. Okay, if they are looking very high, then the attractive force between the silicon and silicon, that is that attractive force is nothing but the bond strength. That bond strength is also looking very less. Okay, if both bond strength, sorry, if a bond strength is looking is very low, then the attractive force between them will be very less. Therefore, these type of catenation compounds formed by silicon is not that much stable when we compare with the carbon. Okay, so this is the main reason, and these are some silicon formed catenation compounds. Here you can see silicon. Okay, so and this also some type of silicon compounds. Okay, and this is the cyclic silicon compounds. Then not only the catenation compounds formed by carbon and silicon, some of the compounds, germanium and tin, phosphorus, these are all some compounds which are showing the exceptional behavior for their catenation property. Okay, so let us compare the catenation property of carbon, silicon, germanium and tin. Okay, so among all these four of these elements, carbon is dominating in the catenation property. So after the carbon only silicon is coming, then after the silicon, germanium dominates tin. So so among all these four elements, why carbon is more dominating? So answer is I have told already. So anyhow, let me repeat. If the bond length increases, which bond length increases? The carbon bond length, silicon bond length, germanium bond length, tin bond length. So if the bond length increases between the atoms of the same element, that is carbon, silicon, germanium, the bond strength decreases. Okay, therefore the catenation property becomes decreased from carbon to tin. Okay, then we are going to the another topic, what is called similarities and differences between the carbon and silicon atoms. Okay, so first let us look on the similarities. So in the similarities, carbon and silicon are both found in the solid nature. Then both of them are tetravalent. Okay, tetravalent means 4 valency. Okay. Now, what is called the valency? I hope you might have known, you might have come across the valency. Valency means combining capacity. The combining capacity of carbon and silicon to any other atoms or any other the carbon or silicon atoms is called tetravalent. That is valency, combining capacity. So their ability to form the covalent compound is tetra, that is 4. Then allotropes. Allotrope is different from catenation. Okay, that is catenation means if carbon may be forming the lengthiest or branched or cyclic compound, okay, forming the cyclic compound, but if the same carbon atom is forming the organic compound or any other compound using 4 valency. Okay, so among the 4 valency, if the carbon atom is utilizing one or two of its valency to form the carbon atom, and the remaining valencies are used for combining with any other heteroatom, then that type of compound is formed by catenation property. Okay, but allotropes is nothing but if carbon or silicon is formed by formed by utilizing 4 of their valency, all the 4 valency must be combined with or satisfied with carbon atoms themselves. That is, no other heteroatom will be present in the same compound. Okay, you might have come across what is called phosphorus. Okay, yellow phosphorus, white phosphorus, red phosphorus, like that. Okay, these are the allotropes of phosphorus. Okay, white phosphorus and red phosphorus. Okay, these are called the allotropes. If phosphorus is forming a compound with any other elements like hydrogen, oxygen, then they are called catenation. Okay, so that is the main difference between allotropy. So both carbon and silicon are able to form allotropes. Then covalent hydrates, both of them will form covalent hydrates, CH4, SiH4. So then both will form similar type of halides. Okay, here you can see CCl4 and SiCl4. Okay, then let us come to the dissimilarities. Dissimilarities means differences. In the valence shell, carbon is having only 2 electrons, that is in the p orbitals. Okay, but in the silicon they are having the higher number of outermost electron orbitals. They will possess 8 electrons. They among carbon and silicon, carbon is looking black solid. Okay, whereas silicon is brown solid. When both of them are forming the catenation compounds, they will the catenation compound formed by the carbon is strong, whereas the catenation compound formed by silicon is very weak. Covalency is 4 for carbon, but that covalency may be extended up to 6 for silicon. Both of them will form similar type of halides, but among them CCl4 is very stable, whereas silicon chloride is less stable. Okay, my dear students, so in this lecture we have studied the 2 topics. One is catenation properties of the p block elements and similarities and differences between the carbon and silicon. Okay, so up to this lecture today, let me wind up my video. Let us meet in the next video. Okay, thank you.